Hey y'all, welcome back to Who's Up. Today we got a nice little lineup for y'all, but we're gonna start it off with that season sweep that Duke just ran on their neighbors, them high-heeled Tar Heels.
I've never heard
Oh,
that insult before. High heel, Tar
that's
heel.
that's that is a new one.
We put them
Dang.
on we put them on the street and made them go walk.
Oh,
Just,
Hey,
uh, just swept them
hey,
up.
at least we
ooh.
can walk. Somebody got them Grand Hill ankles installed right on
Hey,
schedule.
he gonna be all right for the main event. We had to let him sit. We didn't even need
Allegedly,
him. We didn't even need him.
exactly.
That's crazy.
That
Typical
is
typical
crazy.
Duke star. Your team better off without him. Typical.
Mm.
Right on schedule. Right on schedule, like Zion and what the other boy they ain't working shit. Um, I forgot the name now. Hell.
Hey, we got Tatum.
Oh,
We,
I
we
know who
got
he is. I know who he
Kyrie.
is.
We got
Yeah, Matt
some of the
Hurry.
Homeboy,
best
Mr.
stars
Glass.
have granted the halls of Duke.
Hey,
That's superstardom.
That's how we know LeBron is the GOAT. He can win in spite of incompetence around him.
well, he ain't got incompetence anymore.
Who not incompetence anymore?
LeBron, he got
LaDoncic.
yeah,
Like
number
Doncic.
77.
Oh, my bad, my bad. No, he still got
LaDoncic.
incompetence around him. He still got JJ coaching him. He's still surrounded by incompetence. What are you talking
Another
about?
great Dookie,
And he got his
leading
child
the
on the
way,
roster.
leading the
More
charge.
incompetent. And I don't give and I'm not Stephen A. Smith. I talk shit about his little ass. Ain't worth a shit. Give a fuck.
Wait,
Did you see during the Denver game someone was heckling him and he was like, "Yo, chain fake."
yeah, I just saw it. It was serious. I
He
was
said,
like,
yo, chain
oh,
fake.
Yeah, some dude was heckling Bronny. He had like a Cuban link, and Bron's like, "Man, that joint fake."
Soft.
Well,
and
you should
he
be
got
able
to
to
have a
heckle.
tough skin.
Yeah, you should be able to heckle fans. I'm a firm believer, and you should be able to
Hmm.
talk. You should just because you buy a ticket don't mean you can say whatever you want.
You
Yeah, I
say something to me,
mean,
expect a reaction.
But you can tell the truth too.
if you man enough to
Your
say it,
son need to be
you
sitting
man
on the
enough to
bench
get
with
to
us.
say it back.
Well, Isaiah Thomas was about to fight half of DC because dude wanted a frosty. That's what I'm talking about. Run up on people. Russell
Oh
Westbrook
yeah. Oh
said he
yeah.
wanted a frosty.
Oh, I remember that, bro. How how sad are you? You call this man all types of names and said, "I wanted you to miss a free throw so I could get a frosty."
I wanted a frosty. I called you the N word because I really wanted a frosty, man. You got to feel me.
And it's terrible.
Well, I'd have took $5 out my sock and said, "Here you go, big dog." Like,
I mean, that still doesn't beat with what's the old Donald Sterling with the Magic Johnson and the AIDS comment with
Hey, we need Don Sterling back in
no,
the
we do not.
Yes, we do. We do not need the Los Angeles
What
Clippers
is
to be
Magic
on
John? Big bad Magic Johnson. What has he done? Well, he's a
Hey,
businessman. He's a Hall of
uh,
Famer. He has AIDS. Like, dog.
that
Y'all
man
don't.
was crazy.
Y'all don't have to laugh.
I,
That's the funniest thing on earth to me. I watch it from time to time. I watch that whole interview because it's so funny.
not, hey, Teach, can we do a quick pivot since we talk about basketball? What did y'all truly think of what the Stephen A. and LeBron like kind of comment? Because I had two kind of opinions, and then the more I heard of it, the more I kind of stood with Stephen A. a little bit. Whereas I don't personally think that Stephen A. ever said anything disrespectful about Bronny. Right. I think again when he talking about you averaging point 0.4 points a game, point 0.3 rebounds, point 0.2 assists, I thought was facts. But I do think that LeBron James, again, am I upset as a father? Am I upset with how LeBron handled it? Absolutely not. I'd have tried to choke Stephen A during the game. I'm not going to even hold you.
Yeah,
But
Steven
you
Jackson.
yeah, but yeah, I definitely would try to swing on him. Whatever. We call it what it is. But do I think that LeBron put an extra kind of weight on Bronny worse than LeVar when he telling him Bronny's better than some of the guys in the league right now, and then you go out there and give me point 0.4, point 0.3, point 0.2.
But if you look at
So
it though, per his average of minutes played and all the other rookies that are playing those same minutes, he's right on par. And then if
Yeah.
you look at his G League times and his G like the amount of time he gets to play in the G
he
League,
cooking.
he's
He
cooking.
cooking.
So
Yeah.
honestly, he just needs more time on the court, and he probably will
Yeah.
produce more.
I mean,
Like
so
Doc.
he's a rhythm player, so it's not. to me, what LeBron is saying is 100% fact. LeBron knows the game. He knows what his son can do at the guard position. But the fact that he just can't get on the floor.
And
Yeah, it's a reason he can't get on the floor.
Here we go.
correct. I yeah, I don't think he's NBA ready. I think personally, again, I think that if he probably would have just maybe even skipped college altogether and went to like the G League or something where he was playing with grown men earlier, I think that that would have been more beneficial. I just hope he doesn't do that to Bryce. Let Bryce go.
Don't you,
Well,
Bryce?
is gonna be
Bryce
a
gonna
whole
do the
lot
talking
better
for
than
himself.
yeah.
Don't you?
Bryce,
Yeah, Bryce gonna
Bryce
talk
gonna
enough
be,
for himself. Don't worry.
Bryce is bigger, stronger, faster. Bryce gonna be a lot better than his older brother. Like he not gonna have those
Bronny got
same.
bunnies though.
Yeah,
How
I mean
tall is Bryce?
the young one's more athletic, correctly, but
Yeah,
Bryce is more skilled.
yeah. Bryce is like 6'3" right now, isn't he? Like he's six
Oh,
three,
he's like
six
Or
six
if
four.
he's
six
not
right
six
now.
five,
Oh, he's
Yeah,
6'6" now.
yeah.
let
Yeah,
me look
and
it up.
he going to Arizona next year too. Yeah, boy.
Mhm.
He gonna look great in Maverick Blue. I can't wait.
He's 6'6".
Yeah, he's 6'6".
How
Yeah,
much? How much does he weigh?
like two
Let's
thirty,
see, he
200.
weighs.
Boy,
He
He ain't
ain't
no
he
daggone
he
230.
ain't no 230 in 12th grade.
180.
I was about to like
180.
oh,
230, boy. Get that boy a helmet and some shoulder pads. Fuck a basketball.
I mean,
I
two
need
thirty
you to.
really not that heavy if you 6'6".
I mean, that's a
It
tight end.
is.
That's an NFL
Giannis,
tight end. Boy, get on the end of
Giannis
the line
about
of
230.
scrimmage. Yeah, yeah. How big Giannis? Nah, Giannis got.
Giannis is Giannis is two. Where is it at? He's 6'11". God, I didn't know he's that big. 243. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know,
yeah.
man. Y'all got a lot of optimism for these James kids.
Oh, here we go.
Here
I
we go.
I think they G League players.
No, not Bryce.
Not Bryce.
All right.
Not Bryce.
Bryce got the
All right.
size. Bronny only, but the other one only, but
Bryce got the
6'3", 6'4".
size, the skill.
He got a shot on him too. He got a
Yeah,
ratchet on him.
like Bronny has the IQ, right? Like
Mm.
Bronny can see the full like his father, but Bryce can do the things that his father can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard something else that was saying, what 6'1" player do you know that is not a point guard?
None.
None.
That's in the NBA. And that's what they were saying. They were saying that's the biggest kind of detriment to his game is Bronny's kind of a hooper. You know what I mean? He's not really like a pure point guard. You can't be
Yeah,
6'1" and
he a D
don't, you know
Wade.
what I mean?
He a slasher.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but 4 inches
Ain't
shorter.
Yeah, but if you're talking about legacy kids, though, Gilbert Arenas' son, Carmelo Anthony's son, and them Boozer
Trevor
twins, they
Ariza.
The
coming.
Boozer twins.
They both coming.
I don't
All
know
of
about
them.
the
so they
point
gonna
guard.
be trash.
The
Yeah.
other that's
They are Duke, right? They're
Yeah,
yeah,
going
well,
to
it is
do.
in the DNA now, so they gonna be they trash on the moon, Lord bless them.
What's wrong with Carlos Boozer?
You know where he played. Look, if we
Was he an all time great? No, but he was a good player.
no, that's the whole point. He was not an all-time great, but he was described entering the league as supposed to be an all-time great. Matter of
Oh,
fact, I'm
okay.
gonna say he was the all-time worst, closer
how?
to incompetent, if you will. And hear me out. If he was as advertised, Cleveland not drafting LeBron, and the rest history from there, ladies and
Mm.
gentlemen. I'm trying. When I tell you basketball has been skewed by false advertising from this university, I'm not exaggerating none. I'm telling you honest truth.
Jason Tatum just won he didn't win Finals MVP, but he won a
Jalen Brown,
championship.
Jalen Brown could have had several championships by now.
Who went to Arizona where Bryce is going?
Hear me out. Hear me well. Jalen
Who
Brown could
who
have
went to
had several
Arizona?
more championships by now if he was not held back by Tatum. And if the Sixers weren't incompetent, neither one of them would have no championship. So if you talking about Jason Tatum, we gotta talk about incompetence in the Eastern Conference, not Jason Tatum.
I
Let's get that
I think
straight.
Jason Tatum is competent on and off the court.
Yeah,
Uh,
equal LMA.
equal elevation. I don't look at what you
Bro,
talking
no, no,
about.
no, no, no. We not gonna give credit to a basketball player pulling an R&B singer. That's a
Thank you.
tale as old as time.
Thank you.
I switch you
Give,
right
and
now.
give it some more time. Give it some more time.
That's it.
She gonna have a song about him being trifling, just like Greg Hill had a song about him being trifling. Give it time. These
Give
niggas
it time.
relying on nothing,
And
bro.
she's still with him.
And
And
she's
she's
Right.
still with
and
him.
she pregnant.
Well, no,
Right.
she's got baby now.
She pregnant again.
Again, don't
Jason Tatum.
Pregnant.
Jason Tatum ain't no fool. She probably pregnant
Oh,
again.
oh, LMA. Oh, okay. I thought you said Tamia's
Oh
pregnant. I
no,
said,
to
you
me,
tripping.
Mia's days of pregnancy are probably behind her.
Yeah.
They,
Sheesh.
I've heard stories, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
said probably, not definitely.
Well, to say, had a picture with 51, holding a 1-year-old hurt.
That baby came up with
Oof.
something wrong with him. Like,
Like,
he
how old is
slow.
Ashanti right now? Ashanti is
She in
early
her 40s.
40s.
40,
Yeah.
Yeah, she
40
pregnant.
something.
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay for her though.
Yeah,
So
that's my homeboy Nelly.
Ashanti 44. Good.
That
Dang.
ain't that bad.
44.
Forty-four.
How old is Tamia? Nah, Tamia.
57.
I'll say
Yeah,
Tamia. Well, then her days are indefinitely
That
behind her.
go ahead,
If she
bro.
pregnant, it's the son of God. It's Jesus' brother. If she pregnant
Fuck you,
again,
49.
she ain't no 70.
how old is
She's
Tamia?
49.
Okay, so now
About to
okay, there's
say.
still like a
Bro,
3 year window. I about to say if she 55 and she get pregnant, that's Jesus' brother.
Danny Ocean, I gotta check in on you though, real quick, man, real
What's up?
quick, because I know your squad went to Disney World, and they supposed to be going to see 47 Legend. I don't know what the current story is with that, but
They're going to go see 47.
okay. But ever since then, there's been turmoil in Dallas. Players been leaving on contract. Are you holding up well? I'm just checking in.
Oh,
Homie,
back.
real quick.
Oh, I'm waiting for the WNBA season. I don't even know what's going on in the NBA. I
Major
ain't
reason
gonna lie.
they sitting out, cuz.
Not that no collective bargaining's next year. This season's
Okay,
going to
my bad.
happen.
My
We
bad.
you
Okay.
you a year ahead. Collective
I'm about to
bargaining
say
is in the fall. That's what I don't even know what's going on in the NBA. What's happening? What's going on?
in the NBA.
Yeah, I know. I watched the Warriors play the Nuggets. I mean the Knicks last night. That's the first basketball game I've watched since December.
Ooh,
Jeez.
ooh.
The seating gonna be real tight.
Mhm.
Well, I just know the Mavericks are in the capture the flag sweepstakes.
Oh,
Oh boy.
I don't know if they let y'all get them.
You
But
learned
we
your
don't do
lesson.
we might have to forfeit games, dog, because ain't nobody healthy.
I did
They
see
about to
that.
start
The
the
whole
G League
For
tribe.
for
before then.
because Luca coming back to town in 2 weeks, forfeit that game.
Oh,
Everybody
he
hurt. We
finna
not no,
he
he
finna
not
go for 100.
he not he not playing a bunch of G Leaguers. I mean, he legit might pull a Wilt Chamberlain. Nah, dog, forfeit that.
There you go. Hey, forfeit is wild though.
I mean,
Dang.
they only have like 7 or 8 healthy players.
I ain't mad at it though. I'd rather forfeit than see the Lakers win right now. So
You great.
This
What's
guy,
wrong
bro.
with you?
What is wrong?
Why
You
you
have
think it's a
that
game?
disdain for Duke runs so
You
deep?
think
you
it's a
have
game?
Ledoncic.
Who?
Ledoncic.
Man, he a slave on a different team now. Free that man, man.
Oh, he fr-
This we have look okay. The American half some of the American public is upset with who their leadership is. I'm upset with my leadership in Los Angeles just the same.
Well, you know what? I hope that works. I hope y'all don't re-sign Luca and Nico's gone and we can bring Luca back. I hope
Luka can stay. We got to fire some folk from the front office down to the training staff.
you want fired.
who you want fired.
I
Yeah.
just told you from the training staff to the front office.
I
Everybody
want you to I
in that
want you to
squad.
Oh,
name
he
them.
he want JJ
Name
gone,
them.
but he want everyone who
JJ got to
hired
go.
JJ.
Jenny got to go.
What's wrong with Jeannie?
She she listened to the wrong folk, man. She
You
should
got Luca.
she should listen to her man. Listen to Phil Jackson
She
and the
got
team
Luke on
that
the
never
team
been.
She
Who?
Yeah.
got Ledoncic.
for
Man, look,
AD.
You got Luca.
we got once again false hope. We got tickets sold and L's winning matter. Why
We
would I
got
say?
rid of AD and got Luca.
And
Hey,
Luke,
okay,
the man who led the
one broke.
Mavericks to the finals on one leg last year.
Hey, man, look,
He the Patrick Mahomes of the NBA.
man, look, don't do
Oh,
Pat like
yeah,
that.
he need to win
Pat
for
like
he to pat Mahomes anything.
don't do Pat like that.
Yeah,
Don't
we
do
ain't
Pat
gonna do
like that.
Pat like that, but Luca's a
Hey,
man.
hey,
Luca, Luca,
Pat's stock is down right now, so we're gonna do Pat like that. His
Don't
stock
don't
down a
even do
little
Pat
bit.
like that.
He is.
That's the offensive line. Them
No,
boys,
he
them
gotta
boys,
take that Pack stock down.
them boys is off the
Hey,
roster and
just
out
said,
the
nah, kick
league.
that man while he down.
Don't
You
do
see, he
no.
cut his hair. Now he look black again. Eagles tagged
no, he
him so
didn't.
much. Yeah,
I
go look
He,
at Pat's
yeah,
new
he did
haircut.
cut his
He
hair.
cut that stupid frohawk off. They
He,
knocked the white out of him. He's like, oh shit, I am black.
hey, all right. Be
He
careful
lost.
with
He
that.
lost a Super Bowl.
All
Somebody
right.
called him the N word. He was like, wait a minute.
Last time we lost the Super Bowl, we won 2 in a row. So I'm
What?
just telling you, might win 4 in a row this time.
Listen. This Patrick Mahomes revenge tour narrative is very annoying. We don't care.
All
We don't
right.
care.
He don't
When
got
you
the number.
see it,
He ain't got the team around him to do nothing.
We don't
Offensive
care.
all
line
right.
suck. Receivers
All
suck.
right.
half them going to
Whoa,
jail.
whoa, whoa, whoa. They're gonna make it to the AFC Championship game. That is a given.
We gonna be in the Super Bowl waiting on y'all. Talking about some
You
AFC
don't,
Championship
you
game.
you 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 don't want a rematch. You're gonna get your
That
rematch.
that
It's
you
Not
gonna
if they
don't.
don't win the
No, that's the
division.
default setting.
it's
That's
gonna it's
the,
gonna be in Arrowhead in the fall. No, we play the Chiefs in Arrowhead
that's
in the
that's
fall.
They
practice.
not
You
they
know
not
I'm
gonna
talking
win the
about
division.
February.
Who not?
Oh
Division.
no, they're gonna win the
Come on,
division. The
Chiefs.
They
Chiefs
not gonna
gonna
win the
win. Come
division.
on, you crazy.
They not
Who
Y'all,
gonna
gonna
win
y'all,
the
beat
division.
who,
man.
who gonna beat the
Uh,
you looking
The
at the
Raiders.
Chargers?
The
it
Raiders.
was, hey, you been to this. We been to 3 straight Super Bowl looking like trash. We ain't gonna win the division. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Nah, dog, they gonna win the division.
I'm
you
telling you,
Nah,
you heard
they,
it here first. They not gonna win the
hey,
That
yeah,
division.
I'm with you,
decorated the water.
TJ.
That
They,
chameleon wine good.
they
I'm
ain't
picking
winning
to
the
win the
division.
division over who y'all picking? For real,
The
with a straight
Broncos.
face.
The
I'm picking
Broncos.
the
Yeah,
Broncos.
Broncos.
The Broncos
Yeah.
gonna win the division.
Hmm
And
On
Andy
Bo
Reid could
Nick's
take part
back.
of this year as a backup and go win this thing, man.
Shit. All right.
Y'all got no O linemen.
No, we
Y'all
got
receive
look. We
y'all
No,
got O
y'all
receivers.
line. All right,
Your
y'all
O line
bugging.
receivers just
straight,
got
bro.
bailed out of jail.
Y'all
What I'm
bugging.
trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you. The center is still good. The right guard
Yes.
still good. The
Yes.
left guard, we won't be able to keep him no way because he done did his time. We're gonna put the rookie that can't play left tackle at left guard. He ain't got to move his feet as much. He can be at home comfortable. The left tackle that we got, he'll behind Trent Williams. You don't know if he bad. He probably good. Trent Williams
Probably
all time
not.
great in front of him. How about to get playing time? All time great in front of me. See what I'm saying? Then the right side still gonna be the right side, and we're gonna get that eventually in the draft. We ain't worried
You,
about that.
you know what I think of y'all's linemen? Let's ride, Broncos.
Y'all,
Man.
y'all crazy.
Oh,
I ain't going that far.
that's that Michael Irvin. Man, see, you need to leave that powder alone.
That's that booger sugar.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey,
Broncos
what's the
country.
word that
Let's
he
ride.
get in trouble?
I
Charges
know.
dropped, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
we as long as y'all didn't say the Chargers, because I'd have thrown my mic out the window. Y'all out here believing in the Chargers. I don't care what they do, they the Chargers.
Hey,
The
I
Chargers
think
got
my
good weapons.
that
I think
hardball.
I wonder what the Raiders gonna look like though. They might be all right.
Ass. They gonna look
Yeah,
like
they tough.
ass.
If they draft Ashton Genty, which I sure think they are.
Who? No.
No.
Nah,
Ass.
Pete Carroll ain't got.
Who Gino? Who is Gino throwing to? Henry Ruggs is in jail.
Oh, that's
That
right. They
tight
got.
end, all right, though.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So
Well,
Brock Bauer. All
yeah,
right.
I
Devontae
give
They,
him that.
gone. Who you throwing
yeah.
to?
But Meyer's
Ooh.
still there?
Didn't they pick up
Yeah.
somebody? They signed Cooper Cup, didn't they? No, that was
Yeah,
No, he in
Seattle.
Seattle.
Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seattle ain't got nothing but a bunch of slot receivers. You only got
And
one slot.
little dudes too.
A bunch of little slot
But
receivers.
Cooper ain't that little though. He likes what? Cooper like 6 foot, ain't he?
Him and JSN are the same dude.
And let me see. Cooper Cup is probably barely 6 feet. He probably, as you
Cooper
would say,
Cup
with
not
high
even
heels on.
6 feet.
for real?
I thought Cooper
He
Cup was
got
like
it.
6 foot.
He
Nah.
seemed
No,
taller on
sir.
television.
How big is Cooper Cup?
Cooper Cup is 6'2". They lying.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
long
I
this
thought he was
nigga?
a taller
In what? In
receiver.
heels?
Yeah, they lying.
No,
They
They
be
because
on
he's
that
about the
lying.
juicy
same
type.
size as Puka Nakua.
And he little
Nah.
too.
Yeah, he little too.
I
That,
mean, they ain't no
notice how y'all
Megatron, but
notice how y'all call these
they're
people
not
little.
small
If y'all
receivers.
think Bronny gonna be good, I'm just
Devontae
saying.
Smith
Puka.
is small.
Let me see how tall they said Keenan Allen is.
He like 5'11", 5'10". I seen it on Madden.
Keenan Allen 6'2". I saw him
Six
standing next to
two.
CD. Yeah,
Yeah,
next
he
to
and I
CD.
Nah, dog. They say Matt Stafford is 6'3". Go pull up a picture of Cooper Cup standing beside Matt Stafford. You tell me he's 6'2". Cooper Cup
Yeah, he's
6'2".
not.
You tell me.
What's it listed?
please add like 2 inches.
But no, again, still
Nah.
everybody else 2 inches tall too.
Wow.
Nah,
Matt
dog.
Stafford got Cooper Cup by like at least 2, 3 inches.
Yeah. Cooper Cup 6 foot on a good day. He damn sure ain't no 6'2".
Yeah, he probably 6 foot.
It's
That's the
still
In
tall for a
cleats.
receiver.
In cleats, he's 6 foot.
Mm.
I mean, we're gonna see what they do though.
Who?
The Seahawks.
Listen,
Nothing. And they
nothing.
could keep that punk. And they could keep that punk ass nigga Tank with him.
Dang.
Oh, your boy, yeah, he did go up
Oh,
there.
yeah, he did send some shots.
I heard him and Michael was beefing anyway.
Yeah, that sound right. Well, who else in that division? Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners.
Call of Duty, Kyler.
Yeah.
Not Call of Duty. Who's the 14 in the NFC West?
The Rams. The
49ers.
The
Rams.
Rams. Yeah, that's the Rams division.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
Same
gonna be.
49ers just
49ers will
gave
let
up on.
everything go.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, good.
Yeah, yeah. The biggest signing is a fullback. They cook.
That he was already on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
right. When your
re-signing.
best signing is bringing back your fullback, you cook,
Yeah.
my guy.
I'm wondering. Okay, my question is, Danny Ocean, with that, is that going to be y'all in a couple years? The way that y'all got the way that y'all got y'all's like kind of push,
No, because Howie Roseman is smart,
And you know all them
because y'all
draft picks
got.
they got?
I got a lot of draft.
and they have an owner who's not afraid to to turn salaries into signing bonuses.
That just continue to push the can down the road. I thought like because it
Now,
looks like
the
y'all's
Eagles
major
thing is.
cap hits.
Go ahead, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. My
No,
bad. Go
I
ahead.
said y'all's major cap hits is like 2029, what I heard, because that's my only hope for when y'all are finna be bad. So I'm
Oh
counting
well, by
down the
then we
days.
3 Super Bowls in. By then we don't won 3 out of 5.
It's
So
time for a rebuild.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
time for you can yeah like the Chiefs like
Jeez.
you can't be successful
Hey,
forever.
we
Like
won our 2 Super Bowls in a rebuild. I don't know what you talking about.
I saw, but y'all have been in the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl since Patrick took over in what 19,
18.
18. Yes, it can't last forever.
I
It
mean,
took Tom 10 years to win between one and another. Like you can't be on top forever. But
we
Howie,
mean?
what Howie does is that knowing you have an owner who's willing to write a check for $30 million.
I
Black
respect it.
people in Dallas.
Yeah, I respect it. Everybody, you come in Dallas, we want everybody on a discount. I'm like,
Yeah,
I hate you,
you
Jerry.
think this T Higgins Jamar Chase foolishness would be happening in Philadelphia? Nah,
Nah, they would have been signed.
they able to sign him 2 years ago. What are we talking about?
I think that's why, because I was talking to one of my boys about it. I'm like, that's why y'all do such a good job with like y'all's cap is because y'all don't go, hey, we know we're gonna keep what is it, Devontae Smith. Go and get your money.
Yep,
And then you pay him early too. Jerry, like,
yep,
Oh, the
nah,
price
we
go
know.
up.
I'm like, y'all should have paid Mike after the third year. Give him his money.
yep.
Now he
For
gonna
what?
want
Michael trash. I
45.
need to trade him and get somebody
Y'all
better
crazy.
for him.
Y'all
Yeah, all
crazy.
right.
Let the
I
man
trade him. He
talk.
ain't worth
Talk
five
to
Don't
him,
million.
don't
TJ.
don't
We gonna
like
give you
that
that.
Jalen
He
Carter
talk too
extension
much.
next year gonna hit like crack.
He talk too much.
And
Y'all
you
He
crazy.
does.
Micah Parsons, when healthy, is the best pass rusher in the league behind Miles Garrett
Hmm.
and and and
and
and
T.J. Watt.
and how much winning have they translated to?
Well,
You got to be
There,
Zero.
specific.
there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
would you? I'd rather have a team with Micah Parsons than without Micah Parsons.
I'd rather trade
He
Michael
ain't win no
Parsons and get
games.
some competence in places where we incompetent, like quarterback.
I wouldn't trade a guy just because he's immature.
Ain't he immature? It
You
does.
know, it's his
He the
price.
one
He
person
don't
with
want
some
too much. The
value.
price gonna go up too high. You got a good. You dig well with him for 3 to 4 years, and before you gotta write that check, get something for him.
There
You
you
get a
go.
whole lot more for him than having to pay him for mediocrity.
I don't think you're gonna get as much as you think you will.
But
I can.
but to
He
TJ
get if
point,
he
you gonna
stays with
tie
us,
so
he
much
getting that
cap.
check.
No, I'm saying if you trade for Micah, that comes with giving him a new contract. How many teams have A, the draft capital, and B, the cap space to do that?
They can get a
The
he can get a first round
Commanders,
for him.
maybe.
He can get a first. They can get a
Yeah,
first round.
Yeah, but who's gonna have
we're
the
gonna get
money
at
to
least
sign?
two
Yeah,
and a player.
yeah. That's
The,
what I'm saying.
You'll probably get a
Patriots got
first
a lot
and
of
a
cap.
second with the potential of becoming a first, depending on like if he leads the league in sacks. But who got the money?
Or
Like
you can get a
who got
first
the
and
money to
and
give
a key
him?
player.
Patriots,
You can get first and a key player
Patriots.
somewhere else.
Like who gonna?
If
No,
the
Patriots don't
Patriots
spend.
got
They
it,
spent all their money on Milton Williams.
who?
Hmm.
The Patriots ain't got no more money. They spent
Oof.
all their money on Milton Williams.
I thought they were still at the top. They only gave him 26.
Yeah.
He got 104 overall, though, right? He got the
Yeah.
largest contract any Patriot has ever gotten other than Tom Brady, I think.
So let me ask you this then, Daniel. If nobody else want him, why you want to keep him on your team?
Well, I don't think people want because what team is going to shell out the largest non QB contract if they are not already like the teams that are in contention
Exactly.
don't have the money to sign him is what I'm saying. Like if the Eagles could do it, I'm sure they would trade for Michael Parsons tomorrow, but they ain't got the money. What contender has the money and the assets to go get him?
And that's my point. That's
My
my point.
point.
How you gonna be one of them contenders if you pay him? You see what I'm saying? So sound like he going to the UFL or to a pay cut.
Well, no, a
Everyone
team
get-
that has a QB on a rookie contract, like the Commanders could do it. Like I think the Commanders could pull that off.
Take the trade or let him walk and then pick him up
The
as a free agent.
trade and giving him the money.
Yeah, they could
Ah,
do it for again. To me, this is what I'm saying. I think the cap is a little bit of an illusion because you could go sign him and say, "All right, we'll sign you for the first year. Have your cap be 7 million the next year."
mhm.
Because y'all did it with Jalen. You see what I'm saying? So it's like Jalen has never
Yeah,
his
but
cap
but
hit has
but but
never
that
been
goes
big.
back to having an owner who's willing to write a check for 30. Like, do the Commanders have that?
Yeah,
I don't think they do. I don't think Josh Harris gonna write a check for $30 million. He don't even want to pay the Sixers.
I think Dan Snyder wouldn't have done it at all. So
Nah, Dan Snyder would have said, "Get out of my face, boy," and boy would have been boy.
All right. Well, but us talking about pay and setting it all up, what do y'all think the stock market is at right now? And how do you feel like that moving on into this new regime and like the market and this I guess the economy and all that stuff? And how are you taking that to account for your later years when you plan on slowing it down? How's that affecting your retirement plans? Or what is your keys to your retirement? Like, what do you plan on having set up?
I was gonna ask y'all. Like, I have
Okay,
my, like, yeah, I
perfect.
got my retirement, but there's always something I could be doing better.
Yeah. All right, this is my favorite kind of topic, so I'll jump on this one. To be honest with you, I don't care about what's going on with the stock market right now because I'm not retired for another 30 years. So it truly don't bother me. It could drop all the way down, hopefully not to zero, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. This is the time where people should be, if you had a little money set aside, said you wanted to pour in the stock, this is where you should do it, where it's technically low. You know what I mean? And then so, but yeah, always buy low. You know what I mean? The same thing. So for retirement in general, right? So I'll tell you how I got mine set up. Mine is going to be a little bit different than TJ's because I'm in the public sector. I mean private sector. So again, I have a 401k, I have a Roth IRA. And to be honest with you, if your company offers a Roth IRA where they'll still match it, that's where you should go, to be completely honest with you, because the 401k to me is a little bit of a scam, to be honest with you, because you put all this money in and then there's all of these fees that the brokerages are taking from you that you don't technically see, right? And then all of a sudden when you retire, you never know if Danny Ocean speaking to you don't know if you and your wife are going to be in a higher tax bracket, right? Due to how y'all saved. So let's say on average, let's say y'all both make $50,000 a year, right? And then by the time y'all retire, y'all go, oh, we've saved enough that we can at least make $65,000 a year a piece. So now y'all talking about 120, 130, right? You are going to be in a much higher tax bracket than during your working years. And so now that's going to be more money that gets sent to the government, even though y'all patiently put in y'all's money monthly, weekly, bi-weekly for y'all's paychecks. You could totally be in a different tax bracket, right, when you retire. But the difference between a traditional 401k and it's technically a Roth 401k is that you pay with the Roth, you pay it after tax. So once they give you your check, like once you're, after your whatever your gross amount is, they then take the money from it, as opposed to your Roth is pre-tax, and then you get kind of tax benefits where it brings down your taxable income. So let's say you make 100,000, you put in $10,000 a year to your 401k, you will only get taxed on 90,000, right? But you got to pay them taxes later. Right. But my tax strategy is honestly is I plan on giving my 401k to my kids. Right. I plan on my wife and I continue to buy houses, continue to have other little small businesses. And then as we're getting close to retirement, I say, all right, we'd like to sell house A. Give me all the cash from that. Or we could say, hey, it's paid off. Let's go and take out a HELOC on it, where we then, because the reason why you would use that strategy is you pay no taxes on debt. So let's say my wife and I got a $300,000 house. We say, all right, we want to put a $240,000 loan on it. We can take that and live on that money free. And then when we die, our life insurance policies pays off the house. Right. So we end up never having to pay capital gains taxes on it. Right. That's a little bit more of a quote unquote complicated strategy, but ours is hopefully we get Social Security. our 401k, and we got money in Roth IRAs, and we own real estate. So we got a couple different avenues on how we plan on drawing from retirement. But for maybe, let's say, the average person who doesn't want to do all that, and you said, hey, I just want to put my money in my 401k and I want to be able to take that out when I retire, that's fine. Just make sure you're talking to your financial advisor and say, hey, this is the money that my wife and I want to have when we retire, just so you know, right? So start as soon as humanly possible. I was talking to one of my friends, my little brother's friends. He's at 26. He got a Roth IRA and he has a 401k, right? So he's going to be set up and you don't have to put as much money in if you start earlier. And TJ, correct me if I'm wrong. I think once you turn 55, there's like this thing called like a catch-up allowance
Mm-hmm.
where you can put in maybe ten to $15,000 more. Because I believe right now the max you can put in for a 401k is maybe 27 grand a year.
Yeah,
Um,
it went up from like 18 to, it used to be 18 long time ago. Then it went
yeah,
to 22 or something like that, 27, 25, something. But
yeah.
it is
Right
expensive.
now, maximum 401k for 2025 is 23.5
Yeah.
for employees under 50.
Mhm.
So yeah, the 401k, yeah. So
I have a question.
yeah.
Going back to the stock stuff, right? You were saying like now is the time to buy. Like, what should someone look for? I know you've talked about index funds in the past. Is that more the strategy you would take, or would you take the okay, looking at the Dow and seeing like, oh, Walmart's down, X amount of points, their stock, and let me buy as much of one as possible that I know is going to rebound, or do you still suggest investing in index funds?
But
Uh,
let's first by
go
saying
ahead, teacher.
this is not solicited advice.
Yes.
This is just our strategies. This is don't take this to heart. Don't come say we lost any money because we're not telling you to go do this. Is what we would
Well,
do.
TJ
Do
will
your own
shoot you too.
research. Yeah.
And TJ will shoot you if you come incorrect.
Um, Danny Ocean, to answer your question, it's it goes with the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Where because if Walmart takes a dip, then however many shares you bought in Walmart are going to take a dip. What I would suggest you do is say, what mutual funds have Walmart in there, right? And then that way you could have a Walmart, you could have a Target, you could have a Harris Teeter, like you could just have a grocery store mutual fund that when Walmart goes up, when Harris Teeter goes down, it kind of still keeps you like level, right? And then Walmart goes super up and Harris Teeter goes super up. Now you've had so many different, like I look at money as little soldiers. You got so many different soldiers fighting for you instead of just having one trying to protect your house. I want 20 of them, right? And so
Are index funds and mutual funds the same thing? Are those interchangeable, or did I use the wrong term?
They're
they're
somewhat the same thing.
similar. Yeah.
Index fund is based like a mutual fund is it's a collective of stocks that somebody owns. Like was it Merrill Lynch may have a mutual fund. They have a collective of funds that they own stock in, and then they buy a certain amount of each of these stocks. And then an index fund is literally like uh they base their rates on the growth of a certain sector. So it's a little bit
Mhm.
different, but it's pretty much the same thing. And I would
Yeah.
ask you, it's all about how much research you want to do. Like I'm not opposed to buying individual stocks if you are willing to work and follow them. I always say buying index funds or mutual funds is a little bit easier if you just want to put your money somewhere and let it sit. And like you said, you have a little bit less risk, but you get a little bit less return as well. A lot of times the stock market is judged off of index funds because of like, oh, the Dow is a technically it's an index fund, or like the S&P 500, they're judged on those type of things. But like I said, if you think, I always say invest in where you shop at. So it's like you're actually owning a piece of what you're spending your money into. It's like I like Nikes and Jordans and stuff like that. I'm not gonna buy a pair of Nike before I buy Nike stock. Like I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna own something in it, even if it's on one or two stocks. But I'm gonna own something if I'm gonna spend this type of money in something else. Um, and also like you like to shop at like Food Line or something like that. Food Line is owned by another grocery store, but still, they like their whoever their parent company is has a stock. I looked it up one time before, but yeah, so you're not always constantly pouring your money into it. Even like when you pay like your electric bill, like Dominion Power, you can own Dominion Power, and Dominion Power pays an index, no, not index, a dividend. So It's like as you paying your electric bill, you're actually paying yourself back as well. I mean, it's not that much. It's like 9 cents on a dollar, but you get a check every quarter if you think about it. So I always say don't spend your money. Don't be willing to not invest in yourself. So buying those individual stocks does work as well if you're willing to do the research. And like people shop at the mall, like the Simon's Group, they own the most malls and outlet chains. They have a great dividend producing stock. I have a couple of those. Like I refuse to go to the outlets and say I'm gonna spend money at these places and not own a piece of it. Even if it's only like, a couple shares, but a couple shares
Yeah.
here, you know, 20 years from now, you might go from 10 to owning 100 shares. Now, 100 shares paying you a couple dollars of dividends, you might get $1,000 a year, but hey, that might have been, a couple shirts that you would have brought that year.
Yeah. I think I think you just gotta look at it as in a long game, right? Like with stock is not don't expect to get all your money back in the same day and don't live and die off the market, right? Where again, right now the stock market crashing for somebody who's trying to retire in the next couple months, this is probably not the ideal time for them to retire. But a lot of these especially with the 401ks, you also have to take a look at what do they have you in? Do they have you in target date funds, right? And a target date fund is saying, okay, Danny Ocean is going to retire in 30 years. It's 2025. So we're going to have a target date fund for 2055, right? And so each year they kind of adjust or reallocate your percentages in each stock. It could be
Okay.
in each fund, right? Where they can say, all right,
It's
right now.
risk is more risk averse, and so it's like they take less risk, so they'll probably put you in more of like bonds and stuff near the later end where you're not actually going to lose as
Correct.
much money versus these technology stocks. We have a greater upside, but it's also a lot more risk. So they adjust
Yeah.
your risk automatically based off of time. So, like you said,
Hmm.
like to Justin's saying, people who are retiring now, if they left all their money in stock because they're super risk averse, yeah, they're feeling it because now they need it and they don't got it. But if they
Hmm.
did it properly, they were structured where they're coming more into almost more cash base at the end, where they're just looking for a small percentage just to maintain versus to trying to continuously grow and multiply.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying like if someone had like if the Roth was properly funded compared to just all stock market, they might feel a little bit more comfortable, right? Like the stock market funds are supposed to maintain, but your big chunk is coming from like other accounts, like your Roth.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Roth, technically, the only difference between a Roth and a 401k is your tax, your when you pay the taxes. Right. You could have all of the same stocks technically in a Roth that you have in a 401k. Right. So that's the big difference. I get what TJ is more so saying is that how your portfolio is balanced. The closer you get to retirement age, the more they take it from Google and put it into gold. You know what I mean? Or a strict bond. They want to say, hey, listen, you right now you need that money, so you can't take a 40%
Okay,
swing that way and a 50% swing that way. You just gonna get three all day. Your million's just gonna stay at a million. It's not gonna go from a million to 1.2 to 800,000. It's gonna be like $1,000,003, $1,006, but you still got that million,
I
right?
got
And
you.
so that's the thing. And also when you talk to a financial advisor, they're gonna ask you like what is your strategy? Me, I'm like put it in the most riskiest stuff as humanly possible. If I lose 100% tomorrow, oh well. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I look at it. But I'm like my wife, on the other hand, was like, maybe put mine in a little risky. And I say, no, she put her real risky. You know what I mean? Because we not gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of you got to just determine like what's gonna help you sleep at night. And again, we're all still fairly young, so we're truly not gonna need that money. And if you did need that money now, just know that you're gonna have to pay a 10% penalty and it counts as income. You know what I
You
mean? So to
or you can
just
borrow
break it
from it.
down, yeah, if you borrow, like that's what I'm saying. If you truly quote unquote need the money, where you like, hey, listen, I ain't got enough to pay it back either. I need it today. You know what I mean? Then you can do that. You cannot borrow. You can't borrow from your for your. I don't believe you can borrow from your Roth IRA.
Hmm.
You just gotta take it. But your 401k, you can. And another kind of tricky thing with that is if you borrow from your 401k, let's say you work for Walmart and you borrow from your 401k and you have a repayment of 4 to 5 years, you got to stay there for 4 to 5 years, or you got to pay all of that back, or they're gonna count all of it as income, right? Let me know if that made sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So you just got to be, it's just very tricky, but I say all in all, with my retire, with the way that I'm looking at things is I'm like, hey, listen, I don't want to just depend on one thing to be my source of income, right? Because you just never know. Um, but yeah, just make sure that you consult with a financial advisor just to see like, hey, what does me and my particular spouse, where do we want to be at? You know what I mean? Most people, if you got a house, by the time you retire, that thing's paid off. So you may not need that extra 18 to $3,500 a month to pay off a house because you didn't already did that, right? So just kind of make sure like you're providing your financial advisor with all the different things like, hey, listen, I'm assuming my wife and I are going to want to take vacations. How many vacations you think you're going to want to take a year? What does that income look like? You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, and it's key to know your number as well too. So if you go in there with a number in mind, like you kind of know like it's gonna take this much money to live the lifestyle I want to live, that kind of can help direct your financial advisor as well to put you in the right direction. And you don't need a financial advisor, but we suggest it because we all got time constraints. And if they're getting paid to do this every day, they're obviously gonna have a better outlook on it than you doing your Google research and your Chat GPT. So like I said,
Mhm.
Chat GPT is the devil.
Nah,
nah, man.
exact opposite.
Mm-mm.
I love
Exact.
Huge
ChatGPT.
fan.
Really? So I had this argument at work with the youngins earlier this week. So all y'all Chat GPT disciples.
Man,
Yeah, I like
I
Yes, I
quit, I
love it.
quit today. I quit today if I couldn't use it.
That's
It's
crazy.
like, nah, bro, like,
It is another tool, and it's just another
yeah,
tool.
yeah.
All right, y'all feed the robots if you want to.
Hey, nah, I put it like this, man. You're
You
not
feed
gonna ask me to
Google.
do certain stuff at work and tell me I can't have current technology. Get somebody else to do
Mhm. It's just like
So
using
do
a calculator.
y'all like use and that's the point that I use. Like I am so dependent on a calculator that I couldn't do it. I can't do math without one. Like I can do very basic math, but anything of relevance I need help with. And people are using Chat GP to the point where they're going to become dependent. Like they're using it to write emails.
it. Okay, I hear your point, right? The other side of it is labor shortage, and y'all now don't pay me enough to do this much work. So somebody else gonna have to do this work. Computer gonna have to do it.
Tell me when you say that, what do you mean by that? Like what is it doing that you aren't?
Well, I can say
Um,
this for a fact. Go ahead, Dr. J. Go ahead. Go ahead.
typing, books worth of typing, okay? Making quiz questions, test questions, and all sorts of things like that. Man, just in general, it just speeds you up, man. Like, write this email for me. It's taking minutes for the meeting. Like, bro, like I need
And
to make a quick little advertisement. Nah, man, like, bro.
also, it's all about how you prompt it. It's like if you put
Mhm.
in crap, you're gonna get crap out. So the more you
Yep.
put into it, the more of
By
it
the
find it.
time I tell it what to do, I could have done it. By the time I
No,
tell
You know, the crazy
you
part is,
to
even if you
write
do
this
it right,
email, I can write the email.
the crazy part is
no.
like, say you write the email, right? The way
Right?
you would have wrote it and put it in the chat and tell them just to spruce it up or to make sure like a proofread it for you. Trust me, and you read that email, you're gonna get a better email out of chat than you would have came up in your own head.
Yeah.
But see, I'm at department level of it. Okay, I'm not writing this email. What's up? Copy, respond. Do this for me. You
See,
see what I'm
this
saying?
But that's how you get a lot of
this is where I'm
hallucinations
at on it.
as well.
I think that Danny Ocean, I think you were coming at it from an old school mentality where the teachers back in the day said, you need to be able to know how to do this because you're not gonna always have a calculator. Since when? When am I not gonna always have it?
Thank you.
I done graduated high school what 15 years ago, and I done had a calculator with me every day. So
Every
they
day.
lied. So they
But it's
not.
also good to know the basics. So when you go back to check it, you understand what's going on.
I don't care
Now,
So
that
you
much.
have to understand what's going
It
on. So
answer.
like if you go to like once you put your say you write an essay, you put in the chat. So you wrote your essay already. You got the all the facts that you needed. They're making it better. But when you go back to proofread your chat, if you don't know it's missing a comma, that's your fault because
Well,
you
that's
don't.
what Grammarly is for.
But
Grammarly is the
once
chat.
again, Grammar's
It's
another form
the
of
same
AI.
technology.
Grammarly is like
It's
when
AI.
I can write the email, but if I'm missing a comma or misspelled a word, fine. Like I need, but saying, "Hey, I need you to write this the whole thing for me," we
Yeah.
losing recipes. We
Yeah.
losing the
No.
ability to think for ourselves.
That's the
I
No.
thing. That's how
No.
you use
No.
it. Like you can get chat to do what Grammarly does and plus a little bit more. But like if you
Like
don't give
people
it
yeah.
who
those
use it
proper
for like
prompts,
meal prep, right? Like if you tell it I got $50, I need to plan 100%. I love that because that's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
creative. But to do basic stuff, like write an email,
Yes.
Yeah.
Write an email. I don't feel like typing.
yeah,
no.
I'm
and
playing Madden right
it's some
now.
and
Write
you
this
know my writing
email.
skills, Matt. Daniels, you know my writing skills. You
I
proofread some of my
know.
papers. So the fact that I don't have you beside me to proofread my papers sometimes, that's what chat for. Because you've seen my
And
writing
it's
abilities. And you, look,
That's
all
the
of y'all
part
have
right there.
tested me. How many times have I screwed up a text?
my
Uh,
And
man
like you
can't spell
said,
for nothing. He my dog
Exactly.
though.
But chat understand me.
Yeah.
And chat helped
and
me
you gonna
like
I
an
proofread it before
all-star.
you turn it in, so it's yours. Like you know what I'm saying? You make it say what you got the final say so. I'm just gonna put it
I
like this.
just
For stuff that's like repetitive,
Hmm.
I'm making I'm writing a paper, right? And I'm explaining something that's quote unquote basic. I'm not typing this shit over again, man. Say this shit, I'm gonna cite the source. And like that's how I'm gonna do it anyway. It's literally described. I'm just not using my hands, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
I
I
would
still
say
do the basic stuff. You know what
I
I
would say
mean?
I'm with Danny Ocean in the sense of I don't like me. I think either I think I felt like I said this to TJ. Um, I feel like my spelling has gotten worse due to autocorrect. Because like I just be forgetting how to spell something, it'll automatically do it for me. I'm like, dang, I forgot how to even spell
you
that
know what
word, right?
I'm
So
but
I
that's what
think
I'm saying. Like
that's what
we're
I
leaning
don't like.
so heavily on AI
Yeah,
that we're going to get to the point where we won't be able to communicate with each other
yeah.
unless we have AI to do it for
But
us.
we can't do
Hey,
that now. People don't talk to each other now. So
That's what I'm saying. Like we
bro,
already see like kids don't know how to talk to each other face to face. It has to be over text.
Yeah.
look,
You know what I'm saying?
look,
but
Do
it
watch
will
something at
this.
home
change.
about that.
It will change. Trust me. It's a cycle. It's gonna be a cycle. They will go through that emo phase, and it's gonna change.
I don't think it's like kids do not know how to communicate with each other.
Hey,
That has to do
put like
with
this.
how you getting raised at home.
That's a
I'm
parenting
not
thing.
gonna I'm not gonna let my kids go up to somebody and they looking their head down on the ground and they say hello for me and putting the phone like you crazy as a mug. That has to do
No, I'm not talking about. I'm saying like you
Social
have
skills.
kids. Yeah, like the kids are lacking social skills. They don't know how to
Mhm.
behave. They don't
That's
pick
because they
up
don't go
social
outside no
cues.
more. It ain't got nothing to do about the technology inside. Kick
But
them
what
little
what
kids
are
out
they
your
doing?
house
Why are they not outside? Because they're using technology.
because their parents
But that's
ain't
what they
kicking them out
watching
their
their
house.
tablet.
My
We
mama
talking
said,
about
Correct.
"You
home.
either come in or you stay out."
And you smell like outside.
Yep.
Yep.
Put it like this,
And you,
Daniel. If the AI can do the homework quicker, they got more time to go outside and play.
But they're
And you,
not learning
That's
nothing.
yeah, I don't agree. I don't like that one though.
hey, okay, let's back up a step. Let's back up a step. Back up a step. All right. These jobs ain't paying enough to do the work. So somebody gonna have to get something done. You got to rely on technology. You got incompetence
Yes.
and don't want to. So who are you going? You got to have a board feel some kind of way.
My question to that, Dr. J, is regardless of what they paying you, we still gonna want to use AI. If you getting 150,000 a year and somebody said we'll give you an extra $100,000 a year, you said that's an extra 100,000 more. I'm still gonna use the help. So
No,
I don't think so. I don't necessarily think it's a
that
dollar amount. I think it's the efficiency in what we choose to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's what I mean though. Like if you want me to be efficient, you got to
mhm,
be have a modern tool, and you
for
damn
sure.
sure can't expect me to be efficient. I mean, to be overproductive while I'm underpaid. Like if I'm gonna
For
be
sure.
underpaid, at least make my job easy. That's
But
what
the
I'm
No, for
saying.
crazy part
sure.
is though, the crazy part is if the world will actually look at itself, a lot of people aren't overpaid. It's just that shit is too high. Like the basic stuff is too high. That's all that
Because
is.
Hmm.
Like
people been
why
saying they ain't
eggs
getting paid enough to
$6?
do the job. Yeah, people been saying that since people had
Yeah,
jobs. I don't get
Since the
paid enough to
beginning of
do
Right,
this.
time.
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Since slavery was over.
yeah. Since
Yeah.
the colors were free, people been saying I
Um,
don't get paid enough to do this job.
Yeah.
I am just concerned because I see it with my younger colleagues that they have Chat GPT open all day. What are you going to do if you're in a space where you don't have Chat GPT?
I'm not doing any work. Leave me alone.
But you can't.
That's my
That's
answer.
unrealistic, though.
Yes,
You
it
know the
Yeah.
is.
sad
It's
part is
not real.
though?
Why it's not?
Well, that is
You
unrealistic.
gonna walk to the store or you gonna drive your car? You gonna walk to Atlanta or you gonna drive or take an airplane?
But if you got to
What
get
you
to Atlanta and you don't got no car, you better start walking if you got to be there.
That's what I'm
You gonna
saying.
sit
So
there
at
and
a
die?
certain point, yeah, technology. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, you got to
There
fight
is
back a
going to
little
be
bit.
a point in their career where they're going to have to communicate with someone and they're not going to have time to throw it in Chat GPT. Like you
and
got to be able to think for yourself. You
Hmm.
got to be able to read the room. You're not
Absolutely.
going to always have time to throw something in the Chat GPT real quick.
I'll take
That's
that.
true.
I'll take
But
that. I teach my
That's
students
that's
that
all
way.
I'm saying. Like at some point, you are going to cross a bridge where that tool is not available to you.
Yeah.
But I will say in certain situations, if you ain't got the right tool, we not doing the work today. Cause we don't want to be
I
able to do it
And
anyway.
we both know it don't work like that.
Bullshit.
correct.
You've been working long enough
Bullshit.
to shit. All right, go to work tomorrow
All
and say
right.
I can't use ChatGPT. I ain't working today. And they're like, all right, cool. You ain't working tomorrow, and you ain't working the
That's
next
not the
day, and you
principle.
ain't
That's not
working
the
the next
principle I'm
day.
on right now. I'm talking about the principle of technology. Let the internet go out at your job tomorrow. How much work y'all gonna do?
But I'm not talking about the internet. I'm talking
Exactly.
about ChatGPT, not the
Yeah.
internet.
But that's the whole. It's better internet. That's all it is.
it is
It's
just
the
a
next step
tool.
of
If you think about it
technology.
that way.
It's a
We had
tool.
electricity first, internet,
Yeah.
chat.
Because you could
But
be
I'll
taking
say,
a
Dr.
subpar employee and by them giving them chat makes them a superstar. You can't say that
Thank you.
that's
Yeah.
not a good thing. It's just
Yes.
You want to go back to plowing mule, man, for your farming?
Oh,
No.
Who plowing mule? The immigrants already got deported. Who go back to old? You gonna go back to Flintstone cars?
but if you had to, farmers can go back to that. They
Mhm.
have
Yes.
the knowledge and the skill set. I'm saying that ChatGPT is taking away their ability to learn the basics. So
But
if they
watch this.
don't have that tool,
To your
but you
point,
think about
though.
it this
To
way,
your
it may
point,
be
if we
giving
got to
them
go back.
opportunity that they wouldn't have had before.
Mm,
but you behind
awesome.
the eight ball, you 35 years old learning how to talk to people in public.
I look
No,
Well,
at
watch
again,
this.
they might
I look
look.
at Chat GPT like a gun. For example, you could have a gun all day. If you don't know where to aim, where to pull the trigger, or where to shoot, the gun is you might as well just be throwing a rock. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So my
I
thing
say
is,
you can't
so
shoot.
I'm yeah, so I'm with Danny Ocean in a sense is I think that you need to be able to understand how to use that tool and what makes that tool relevant to whatever particular task that you need. But I think at the end of the day, people need to have the basic knowledge and understanding to say, hey, this is just a tool. It is not my way of life, my way of breathing, or whatever. Like you need to be able to have, like, just like, oh, yeah, I got a phone and I got a pen. You know what I mean? Either I could text you or I could write a letter. You got to be able to do both.
Yeah, back to your gun analogy. What if you don't have the gun? You got to know how to fight. You still got to know how to protect yourself without the gun.
But some people
That's
can't
not the
fight.
same thing, though.
They're like me trying to fight the rock. It ain't gonna end well. But if I have a gun, it
But
evens the
what if
playing
you
field.
don't have a gun? Because you're not always going to have a gun.
Then now's not the time to pick a fight.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna keep my
Now
mouth
it's time to
shut.
shut my mouth and haul ass.
There is going
Right?
to be a time where you are going to need a tool and not have it, and you should be able to survive without it.
That's
That's
okay.
all
Throw
I'm
them
It
saying.
things.
is survival.
But
You do it another
All I'm
day.
saying.
You live to fight another day.
but you know
Conflict
what?
gonna come to your door,
Yeah.
and you ain't got the hammer. What you gonna do? Just get your ass whooped? The conflict not gonna be like, all right, dog, I'll come back tomorrow.
I know.
No,
Look, I know how to go out the back
Human
door.
beings by default. That's how
back door
default
block
is.
too.
There's a window. It's a couple of them down here.
Okay, all
He
right.
ain't finna get out
And,
that more, boy.
and
I put
better
it like this.
believe
I put
I
it like
got
this,
more than
Daddy.
one of them things on me too. So
Okay.
if one
He just
if
pull
one
it out and
seem to
shoot,
not
boy.
work, We can go find another one fairly quickly.
Okay.
Which one you want?
And look, if you keep playing the wrong game, you're gonna get the wrong answer. Because
You gonna get
like
the right
the
one
progressively
right next
get
to
more
Jesus.
deadly.
Right next to who, Justin?
Right next to Jesus. You keep playing the wrong one. You gonna get the right one right next to your Lord and Savior.
Yeah,
Hey,
wow.
y'all terrible.
So,
Look,
wait till I talk. Wait till I talk to the youngins tomorrow. Y'all still ain't changed my mind. I'm just shocked.
Hey, no, we waiting for you to start rubbing the rocks together and going to the creek to get the water and going to the
I
house.
will. I'm
Or
not.
that'll see how much more productive you can be using it. Or see how much a
Listen.
better employee you can be.
I'm
Because
not saying. I said that Chat GPT is useful for some things, right? Like I
I
love
agree.
the idea that I can say, "Hey, I got $70 this week for dinner. Can you help me create a meal plan?" That is extremely efficient. But if you needed to write your boss back to say, "I can't come into work today because I'm sick," now we got a problem.
No, I don't feel like typing that because I am sick.
So just say you lazy. I be like, and that's the problem. People are lazy.
And
Yes.
no. We're not lazy.
They call lazy efficiency and hide behind
You're
it.
not lazy.
No, we got reallocation of resources and attention.
that's one thing you can't get back
That's what that is.
is limited.
Because
It's a
I could be
limited resource.
texting you about what happened in the game last night, enjoying my life instead of texting my boss. And now I got work-life balance instead of being a miserable employee. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
Just like that.
A
And we
lot,
show these employees,
a lot of
especially
people,
people,
and this is not even in work. This is in all areas of life. Are using efficiency as a buzzword for I'm lazy and don't feel like doing it.
hey, you call it whichever one you want to. Do you want the shit done or not? Because there ain't but three people that know how to do it, and I want to. So you can act it on my turn which one you want to do. That's how
See
I look at it.
now we're talking about leverage. That's a
Yeah.
totally different. Now you're talking about leverage.
Yeah, we leverage technology to make your life easier. That's what it
I'm
is.
talking about leverage at work. If you're one of the three people to do it, then yeah, use that leverage to get your money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's what technology for. Somebody had a fishing rod for the first time, and they was like, "Yo, y'all gonna forget how to mud fish with your hand, and y'all gonna be incompetent." I'm just telling you. Somebody said we're gonna lift weights for the first time, and y'all gonna forget how to do calisthenics, and all of a sudden things get better. Technology supposed to progress, Danny. That's all it is, man.
I am not anti Chat GPT. I am anti Chat GPT to do things you should be able to do by yourself.
No,
Mhm.
But
I can
what you
get,
say should be
I gotta
like you may
delegate.
can do it by yourself, but the next person may can't, and that just brings them up to your level.
Thank you. This example they taught
This
us at ECBI. They was like for tutoring purposes, right?
right.
You want to hit the teacher up at 3 in the morning, and they sleep. That a tutor. Third grade level, little kid you talking about, right?
Yeah.
This is my mama classroom before she retired. This is the honest truth. Child told her, my mama can't read, my grandmama can't read. Who gonna read to me? The Chat GPT bot can read to you, just like that. So you see what I'm saying? Like you got to. It's the truth, man. I
Couple
ain't making
things.
stuff up.
How does it know what to read to you if no one in the house can read?
The Chat
Child,
GPT can read.
you can talk to it one. You can say, hey, this my homework. Help me out. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times the child a little bit smarter than the rest of the family. So let's just go there. But I'm just saying, you can get off of zero using this thing, man. I don't think you understand that you talking about these kids is dumb. Yeah, they is. So we need some technology. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Like, we up against incompetence and unwilling. You will call them lazy.
And it's bad for the environment. That's the other part of it.
How's it bad for the environment?
The
The
environment.
energy that it I mean, I
And
make it worse. The energy that it uses kills the environment.
Trust
who
me, you
about
be long
paper
gone
and
before
pen?
you see
Cut
the
down
effects of it.
trees.
Huh?
Would you
I
say
said,
that, TJ?
I said you be long gone before you see the effects of it.
Don't mean I want to I want to make the earth better for future generations. I want my kids and my grandkids to have a nice place to live.
Well,
Look,
they cut down
look,
trees for paper. That ain't no better.
they won't see it either. Look,
I mean,
look,
put it like
they
this.
ain't gonna go that fast.
Nah.
We can live here for
We can't
what,
have both
thousands of
ways.
years?
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Yeah, wow.
That
I'm
chat
shocked.
got
Like I'm not anti Chat GPT. It's just when people don't want to use the brain power to do things for themselves.
Nah, man. They
And
got
my addiction to calculators is the genesis of all this.
Well, just say
Because
you bad at
TJ,
math.
you know that I've been mad at math my whole life. You know how I get with numbers, the way you get with words. So
And
if
I
there is
also
an opportunity,
that can help separate that divide. So if you read my
Yeah,
but if
emails,
I don't
man,
have a calculator on, if I am in a situation where a calculator is not handy, I am screwed.
They
hey, I
ask you
don't have
that
my
tough of a
contacts, my
question.
glasses. I am screwed. It is with certain things. It's bad. Look,
Well,
if
you
it
can't
shows you
help your
that
eye.
you're
You can't
screwed,
help your eyesight. That is genetics. Like you can't help your vision.
if it snowed, they close stuff down because it's in the way of progress. If we don't have ChatGPT, we're not gonna do the work today. If we don't have electricity, we're not doing the work today. That's all it is.
we do
They
what we
never, and
can with the
who
tools
really
we
want to
got.
do this stuff anyway? Now I can see if we talking about basic stuff
We
like
we
grow
so
food.
cooked.
We
So
already cook. We
we
already
so
cook. We
cooked.
getting burned at this point, ladies and gentlemen. What are you talking about?
We are
I feel
well
like Will.
done.
Refried beans.
I feel like Will Smith and iRobot for real. Like I
Yeah, that
wouldn't.
part I am with you on, right?
Oh,
When it's fucking no sentient, that scared me, and I agree with you. Servant, I got to have Rosie because I can't.
where
I got to.
where do you think the genesis of iRobot starts?
I
Chat
understand.
GPT.
Hey, look.
And then now you got a robot walk around the house that has Chat GPT installed, and now we all about to die.
Watch this. Can I be a hypocrite? Can I be a
Yeah,
hypocrite for a
you
second?
be a hypocrite.
Uncle Ruckus told me that's the same thing Master said about us when they want us to read and be free.
Well, we are human beings with flesh, not robots who
Nah,
are
we
built
can
in the
think for
lab.
ourselves, and all of a sudden, life out of control. And the same thing they said on Planet of the Apes.
We
We've been
cook.
cooked like you said, Danny. Oh, we cooked,
We
we
cook.
fried, we refried beans, and we leftovers at this point. I do believe.
I just hope
Oh,
God make it fast, man. Like whenever I just hope it's quick.
Make it
hey,
fast.
what you?
I just I just hope he makes it quick, man.
No, man. Hey,
All right,
this is
fellas.
what my patient told me though. He said, if you open the filter, you gotta take the good with the bad.
I just make it quick, Jesus, please. Like I know it's gonna be fire, right? He said I'll never do water again, so it's probably gonna be fire. Lord, just make it
Hey,
quick.
we got Ultron and we got the vision. We just gotta pray for the vision, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just make it quick.
Build your house out of cinder blocks or something. One and two. There we
Hey,
go.
I don't know if I don't know if I want to be here after. So nah, just make it quick.
hey, look, hey, that's what Daddy Ocean, man.
Just make it quick, man.
Hey, y'all seen the Lion King after that fire? He brushed over that
Exactly.
soot and that nice flower came up out there.
Make
Circle.
it quick. Make it quick. That's
Oh,
all
All
I
right,
ask.
y'all. Yeah, that was some more great conversations. We'll see y'all again next month. If follow us on the IG, email us at 1-800 who's up at gmail.com. If you got any topic suggestions, anything y'all want to hear, uh, guests want to come join the pod, we welcome. All right, y'all. We out.